What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Game of Thrones review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 5, The Door. Usually when I do these I summarize the entire episode, but today I'm not doing that. I don't have enough time, so I'm just going to tell you what I thought about the episode, kind of say a couple of the main points, and then make some predictions on what I think will happen next week and maybe throughout the season. So, this episode was really good in my opinion. Probably the best of the season. Yeah, probably the best of the season. 2 episodes ago, or is it 2 or 3 ago? I don't remember. One of the first couple episodes of the season was really good too. But now we have this one, which I think takes the lead for the best one of the season. So obviously we have all this White Walker stuff going on, which is really cool to get into that aspect. And we see what created the White Walkers. The children did. We see the Raven dying, which is crazy. I didn't ever think he would die. I thought he was like a god. But and he said that Bran has to replace him. So Bran is going to be the new Raven, or three-eyed Raven, obviously. But yeah, so that's interesting there. And we see how Bran being in the past can influence the past from the future, and that's a pretty interesting thing happening there with the whole Hodor, hold the door, hold the door, hold the door. And obviously we have Hodor going down. Poor Hodor. Then we have Sansa like having nothing to do with Baelish. So that was cool. She's kind of sticking up for herself. Baelish has one of the greatest armies in all of Westeros, the Knights of the Vale, and she was like, nah, which is pretty stupid because the Knights of the Vale would help a ton. And after you use them and take back Winterfell, you'd be like, go back. So that's pretty bold of her to do. We also have Arya becoming a faceless person. She has to kill somebody now, a person she thinks is like a decent human being. And yeah, so Jon and Sansa are going to take it to Ramsay. Oh, we have the Greyjoy thing going on. Their uncle comes and claims the throne. So they have to, Theon and his sister at the flee, they take all the ships with them. And they're probably going to, I assume they're going to go join Jon and Sansa. Take back the north, and maybe then they'll help them take back the Iron Islands. That's a possibility. We have the uncle talking about how he wants to go over and give a bunch of ships to Daenerys, so that's interesting. And we have Daenerys forgiving Jorah, and Jorah's out to find the cure for his grayscale on his arm. So that is interesting. That might be how Jorah joins the story of the other characters. He might have to go find like how Shireen Baratheon was cured of that. Maybe he has to go find out who did that to her to get cured, and then go back to Daenerys. So yeah, it was a pretty cool episode. Obviously, another cool part was the Night King, how he can. I don't know if Bran was in the past or in the present, or what he were, or where he was when he was with all the White Walkers, and it grabbed him. So obviously, this Night King has some crazy power that he can bend through space and time and see things that aren't actually there. So that's pretty crazy. Marked him, went over, took the place down. Another one of the leading White Walkers went down too, which is interesting, and another direwolf. So only 2 direwolves left. I assume Arya's is going to come back sometime, or it's just maybe never. Ghost can't die. Come on, Ghost. And yeah, poor Hodor. Yep, so we got some White Walker action coming. So, rating for this episode, I'm going to give it a 9.6 out of 10. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really exciting. The whole White Walker thing. It got a little weird when they started the children. I didn't really like the children a whole lot with the whole, the entire show. I don't really like the children. I think that's kind of stupid. But we kind of figure out what their purpose was with the creating the White Walkers and that kind of stuff. And that one suicide bombed and saved them. which seems like, based on the trailer that I saw for next week, it looks like, I don't know what her name is, the curly hair girl. She might have to leave Bran because she's like, I'm sorry, and she runs, and they're running through the woods, and the White Walkers are after him, and then she's dragging him through the woods. Hodor's dead, so that's going to be a little hard for that small girl to carry him through the woods with all the walkers after him. Hodor's not going to be able to hold that thing forever. Yup. So that's pretty much all I have. Predictions, the White Walkers. I think by the end of the season, the White Walkers are going to get to the wall. And I don't know if it'll be this season, but I think we probably won't see that much of Castle Black anymore. The next time we'll see Castle Black, since Jon left, is when the White Walkers get there, and it's going to show them slaughtering everybody, and it'll probably show Ed turn into a White Walker. I feel that's what they'll do with the Castle Black, unless they make Ed a main character and give him his own story, but I doubt that. And I think we're going to see Daenerys start setting sail by the end of this season. So that'll be interesting, setting sail towards Westeros. Oh, and next episode we might get a confrontation between the King's Guard and the High Sparrow Church. So that will be interesting, and that's going to get fun. We didn't see King's Landing at all this episode, so next week King's Landing is getting really intense and getting fun. We're going to get the North is going to get intense pretty soon. We kind of get the build up here where it's more political, them trying to get people on their side, and then obviously up north of the Wall is always crazy, and across the Narrow Sea with Daenerys, we got some stuff building there too, more political again. So yeah, most of the action next episode is going to be in King's Landing and in North of the Wall. And we didn't see any Ramsay at all in this episode too. Maybe we'll see some Ramsay recon stuff going on there too. Well, that's all for today. Make sure to leave a like if you've hit, subscribe to be updated on future Game of Thrones reviews, Supernatural reviews on Wednesdays, and all other entertainment stuff on this channel. See y'all later. Deuces.